but I kind of wanted to start off with something that I think is important to me and to gay people in general, and that's coming out. Um, when I came out, it was a process. It wasn't all at once. It took stages. Was like, I knew that I was gay. I think that's a question that you get a lot too, is when did you know? And like, how did you know? And it was just kind of something I knew, like, from a very young age. Like, I remember in elementary school, like, wanting to kiss boys and things. Not necessarily sexual, I just knew via, like, role modeling of, like, adults and whatnot that, you know, people kiss, and I think you're just kind of gravitated towards whichever one you prefer. So, I mean, I didn't really know, like, what the intended purpose of kissing was when I was little, but, like, I was like, I remember his name was Brandon. Um, it's just like, I want to kiss him and whatever, and that'll be fine. I mean, I never knew the word gay or anything else associated with that, be derogatory or otherwise. I just kind of always knew. I never really had like a questioning kind of like phase where I was like, oh, I thought I liked girls, but I'm feeling this way about this boy. Is it just a phase? Is it whatever? Never had that. It was just kind of something I always knew, and as I grew older and like learned terminology to describe like who I am and what I felt, it became apparent to me that I was gay, I was a homosexual, I liked kissing boys and doing other things with them. So it was just something I knew. I know for some people they struggle with it, whether very like conservative family or just something like they never really thought about, whatever, like, and they have that like questioning like time in their lives where they might do some soul searching or even experiment just to like make sure. Didn't really have that. So as I got older, I made some friends in theater. I was doing a show, my very first one. I was trying to like get out of my shy bubble, and so I figured, well, just throw myself on stage. I'm sure eventually I'll get over it. It's usually how my dad solved things. Just jump in the deep end. You'll figure it out. Thanks, Dad. Um, my parents took me to church every Sunday, and the youth group that um, met at a different time was there selling like their bodies, not for prostitution, but they were like doing like, you would like auction themselves for like, housework or making food or something. And so they were there. Well, a couple of the people there went to my school and they were in the play with me. And I sort of knew the like youth group leader, and she was kind of like, oh, like you should like come join us, because me and my brother were like the only two children that ever attended the church. I'm like, oh yeah, like come visit, like it's super awesome. Like we do a lot of fun things. And then like the girls that I knew that were in the show with me, they were like, yeah, like it'll be super cool, like it's always fun. Um, just show up, like give it a try. I was like, fine, like I'll go. Because I mean, I'm not a very religious person. I never really was. I just went because I was told. But I was like, fine, like I'll go, see what it's all about, maybe it'll be fun, whatever. I was making friends with people that I met there, and eventually it was me, the guy, and this girl, Vicky, and eventually she was very brazen. She kind of said whatever she thought. And she just kind of asked one night, she's like, are you gay? And going back to what I said, I'm not a huge fan of that question, but I was like totally taken aback, and I was kind of like, maybe, kind of. just because it's easier to like half commit to something, because you can always take it back, whether or not they believe you. Then she like goes on to tell me, well, like the guy like kind of like thinks you're cute. And then I was like all over that. I was like, yes, I am. I am so gay. And so I came out to the youth group, my friends. I had issues with said boy, which we can talk about in a different video. And I was like super bummed, I was crying, and then my mom came and she was like, what's wrong? And that's when I just broke down and told her. I was like, this guy like broke my heart, and I don't know what to do. I'm gay. Tack that on there. And she like kind of, she said, well, I kind of figured you were, but like it wasn't, I didn't think it was my business to like just ask you, and you would come out when you were ready. I think my mom loves me now, and looking back on it, I feel like she was kind of, had mixed emotions, but I think a lot of parents like have a lot of like very like heteronormative like expectations of their children before they know who they are. And so when you tell them like something like altering about their view of you, they're gonna be like, whoa, like I need a minute to like recalibrate like my life dreams and desires for you. So, you know, I feel like there was some hesitation at first. I mean, I know she loves me, but I think it does sometimes just take a little time for others to adjust. That's fine. But I told her, you can't tell my dad, you can't tell my brother, you can't tell anybody. She was like, yeah, that's fine, like, it's your thing. You come out when you want. It's like, you know, still teary-eyed, but I was like, thank you. And move on, flash forward. That was my sophomore year, so I was 15, 16. Flash forward 2 more years to my senior year of high school, I started coming out to my very, very close friend, and they were like, so, like, what's it matter? It's just another fact about you, but you're treating it like a big deal, and it really isn't. And I was like, you guys are awesome, I love you so much. High school came and went, came out to close friends, and then college came around in the fall, and I decided, before I went, since I was going to a small private liberal arts college, like here, close by, I was just going to, I wasn't gonna like sit there and flaunt my sexuality, but I was just gonna be me, and I would say and do and act like however I wanted, without worrying that people were gonna like think I was gay, and like think that it was a bad thing. More importantly, I don't care if they think I'm gay, because I am. I remember in the first week we had orientation, and I made some friends, and within like the first night of hanging out with them, doing like an all-night little party thing, no drinking, don't worry, they just asked, they're like, are you gay? Because I mean, I kind of said some things, and I think at first they gave me some side glances, and then it was pretty apparent. And so they just asked to clarify, and I was like, yeah, like I am, and they were like, oh, that's like awesome. How I lived like college. If somebody asked, I was fine to tell them. It's been awesome, it's been great, but I have to be honest that I still haven't come out to my father, which I am like, I feel a little ashamed making this video and like saying that I'm not completely out. I haven't come out to him. According to my mom, he knows, and I, at this point of all the things that I've done in my life and what I say and what I do, I would be inclined to think that he knows as well. I know my mom said he blames himself like it's a problem, and like the first words out of my mouth were like, that's not it, like he should not be doing that. it's not his problem, like, he didn't cause this. It wasn't because he wasn't there a lot when I was younger. I mean, he was there a lot of the time, but I think that's kind of what he was feeling. That's what my mom relayed to me, was he felt like he wasn't there a lot for me. Nothing to do with it. Born this way, baby. I haven't come out to him mostly because him and, like, his family, his side of the family, they are a lot more conservative about things. They're just all like that. And I remember distinctly one of his sisters, one of my aunts, saying one time when we were hanging out as a family, saying, you know, them gays need to be skinned alive and burned at the stake. And that just, like, really resonated, like, it sat with me, and, like, has always been, like, a thought, like, a memory in my mind of, like, why I'm afraid to tell him and to tell his side of the family, is I'm just worried that he will kind of feel the same way. It might be different once they know. And I think that is, like, a big part of it. Like, I still love her despite her comment. And I think it's just because, like, how a lot of, like, people who are afraid of homosexuals are, they're just, like, they're not educated. Not saying that they're dumb, I'm just saying, like, they've never been exposed to it, so they don't know how we are, and I think they just need to, like, realize, hey, like, someone I'm related to is gay, and it's fine. He's not evil, he's not out to do anything awful, and he's completely, like, the same as he was before. And I'm sure if they, like, knew, because I'm sure there's more than just me in their lives that's gay that they know. I'm not saying everyone will be solved with that, but I'm hopeful that that's how my family is. I think coming out is a, like, wonderful thing. You feel awesome after you do it because you can be exactly who you are, whether you are extra super masculine or, like, super flamboyant and feminine or anywhere in between. It does not matter. You are who you are, and you can rock it out. And I think that's what people need to know, is, like, we're not a stereotype. Like, I don't fit some, like, preconceived set of rules and requirements to be gay. Accept one another and, like, feel awesome about being who you are, exactly who you are, and not really caring what everyone else thinks. It's not a race. You do what you want. You do you, I'll do me. If we both like how we do each other, then we get along fine. If you don't, well, I'll try and avoid, like, I'll avoid that.